He was always the quiet one. The day he finally looked at me and said, "Take care," I realized I hadn't lost him that day. I had been losing him for months, without even noticing. Asterisk, asterisk. I honestly believed his silence meant he was just upset. You know how people act when they're hurt. They talk less, pull away, and wait for the pain to fade. That's exactly what I kept telling myself. Every short reply, every forced smile, every moment his touch felt more distant than loving. I convinced myself we were just going through a rough patch. What I didn't realize was that he had already started saying goodbye in a language I refused to understand. Before I tell you what happened the night he walked away, take a second to like this video and subscribe if you believe relationships don't always end with screaming. Sometimes they end with silence. His name was Aaron, and we had been together for 4 years. 4 years was long enough to know each other's coffee orders, share passwords, finish each other's sentences, and make me believe he would never leave. That was my biggest mistake. The distance between us didn't begin with one huge fight. It started with tiny moments I barely noticed. I canceled date nights because of work. I stayed out late with friends without checking in. Whenever Aaron tried to tell me he felt disconnected, I smiled and said, asterisk, you're overthinking. We're fine. Asterisk. But fine slowly became two strangers living under the same roof. Aaron used to tell me everything, his random thoughts, silly jokes, impossible dreams, even the weird dreams he had at 3 in the morning. Then one day, he stopped. Whenever I asked, asterisk, what are you thinking? Asterisk. He would simply smile and reply, asterisk, nothing. Asterisk. But his eyes always told a different story. I kept telling myself he was just stressed. One evening, he quietly admitted, asterisk, I feel like I'm losing you. Asterisk. I laughed softly and answered, asterisk, you're not losing me. I'm right here. Asterisk. He nodded, but deep down, he already knew I wasn't. Instead of moving closer to him, I unknowingly drifted further away. I thought giving him space would help. I never realized that same space was quietly pulling us apart. Weeks passed.
No shouting. No dramatic arguments.
No broken plates. Just two hearts slowly growing farther apart. Then came the Tuesday that changed everything. I walked through the front door after work, exhausted and distracted. Aaron was sitting on the couch with his phone in his hand, but he wasn't really looking at it. Hey, I said as I dropped my bag. Hey, he replied. His voice was calm.
Too calm.
I spent several minutes talking about my stressful day, annoying coworkers, and endless traffic. He listened politely, the way people listen when they've already emotionally checked out. Finally, I asked, why have you been so quiet lately? He smiled gently. Just thinking.
About what?
About a lot of things. I sat beside him. Are you still upset about last week? I already apologized. I know, he answered softly. That gentle answer should have terrified me. Instead, it comforted me. I honestly believed everything would be okay. I went into the kitchen to make tea. When I came back, Aaron was standing near the front door, quietly putting on his jacket. Where are you going? I asked. He looked at me with a calm expression I'd never seen before. I think it's time for me to go. My heart skipped. Go where? It's late. He slowly looked into my eyes. I don't think I can do this anymore. My stomach dropped. Do what? Us. My voice trembled. You're just upset. We'll fix this. He smiled sadly. That's the thing. I'm not upset anymore. Those words confused me more than anger ever could. What does that mean? I whispered. It means I already survived the heartbreak quietly. Tears instantly filled my eyes. Why didn't you tell me? He looked at me with heartbreaking kindness. I did. Time to realize I deserved to feel chosen, not tolerated. That sentence shattered me. I never tolerated you, I whispered. He looked at me gently. Maybe not intentionally, but you stopped choosing me. There's a difference. The room fell completely silent. So, that's it? I asked through tears. After 4 years? He took a deep breath. I didn't leave today. I slowly let go while standing right beside you. My knees felt weak. Please don't leave like this. For the first time that evening, he stepped closer and gently held my shoulders. Then he quietly said the two words I'll never forget. Take care. I grabbed his hand. Aaron, I'll change. Please give me one more chance. He smiled sadly. I believe you. But I'm tired of waiting for the change to happen. He slowly let go of my hand, walked to the door, opened it. I stood frozen, hoping he'd turn around, hoping he'd come back, hoping this was just another misunderstanding. But he didn't. He gave me one final look, not angry, not bitter, just finished. Then he quietly closed the door behind him.
No shouting. No slammed doors.
Just the soft click of the lock. And two simple words echoing inside my heart forever. Take care. That was the moment I finally understood something I wish I'd learned much sooner. People don't always leave the day they walk away. Sometimes they leave weeks or even months earlier, while you're still convincing yourself they're only being quiet.